Well, it is the dawning of a new day, and look at this. We're up to 20,000 simoleons. Population is holding steady. Industry over here is already churning. Business is good. I don't know at which point business is okay. Why just okay? I don't know at which point I will need to build a what is this? Trading depot to handle all of the parcels and packages and all of that. The freight in this is what it's called in this game. Let's see if we can. Is there a demand for higher revenue? Well, this is already maxed out land value, but their happiness and density have not increased, which could be in part that this is just a low-density avenue, and these are medium-density streets. Let's see if we can get... I'm not going to do gambling. One thing I will fully disclose, I am terrible at gambling. I have tried. I don't know what the problem is. I've tried repeatedly, different cities. I can't... You know, I'll have enough money to drop one of these humongous $100,000, $200,000, $300,000 casinos. Sorry, Simoleon casinos. And I can't get it to the point where I'm making enough. You have to earn 1 million simoleons a day, or 500,000 simoleons a day to increase the size of the gambling HQ and unlock new modules to build. I can't do it. I've tried. Tourism, I've done okay. I can't do the gambling, and it annoys me because I want that fat cash. The fattest of cash. Ain't gonna happen. So let's see. No schools. I am well aware. Let's go ahead and drop right next to the police station. Yeah? Maybe... We want to make sure that we can expand City Hall. Or Town Hall. I know that we can expand in the back. And in one of the subsequent updates, they have... Parents plead with me... Yeah, with me, of course. University would attract more students from the whole region. Well, so far this is it in the region. I know they made it so that you can expand the town hall to include every module available. It used to be maxed out at 3, I believe. But since in one of the updates people wanted to be able to unlock everything instead of having to operate several different cities. And, you know, I think that's better in the long run because it allows... that should do it. We'll put one over here. It allows people to be a little more flexible instead of locked in. Let's add a school bus right there. How many? Look at that. I've burned 20 grand. How many students do we have? 366? What is the capacity? 150? Well, my 826 simoleons will not allow me to drop additional classrooms. So, oh, look. Already the land value has increased. These folks will start paying more in taxes once I can get a Department of Finance. Still need some more residents, though. So maybe we will work on expanding our residential next. Well, look at that. Classrooms are full. Why am I not surprised? We elapsed a little bit of time here, so let's go ahead. I think this is, what, 5 grand? 10 grand? Well, maybe not then. Fuck it. We'll go ahead and do a bond. Get some more cash. Get some more loss to taxes. Throw it on this side because I want to. How are the police? 10 jail cells. It's one of the things that I typically do in this is I expand way too fast. I wanted to build some more residential. Get some more taxes in here. Get higher population. Let's see. Oh, and another disclosure is that... what is this? I want squares. Another disclosure is that I have turned off disasters. They just get in the way. You know, it's... With the way this game is set up, where losing one thing, if you have like a recycling center that's 100,000 simoleons, plus all of the modules, if you lose that because a dinosaur, whatever that monster is, that crawls out of the ground, decides to walk over it, it's very inconvenient instead of being able to go back to a previous save. One of the things about this version that I'm playing that wasn't in the original is they allowed single-player mode. There was a lot of discussion when the game launched that it wasn't feasibly, on an engineering front, feasible on an engineering front to enable an offline mode, that the game had been built from the ground up to support online instead of the offline. Surprise for everyone, and cut to the chase, they enabled a single-player mode where you can actually save locally versions of the game, and it also supported mods, although I don't know if at this point in time there are any. I haven't gone to investigate, so I could certainly be wrong on that side, but they've at least claimed, they being Maxis have claimed that they support mods and will have a way for people to release them in some sort of controlled manner, like a storefront through, I guess, the Origin launcher or the SimCity launcher. So I've expanded a little bit. We've got room for more people. Did I lose population? I have. Population? Oh, it's because this is a little bit larger. This occupies more space, but is less dense. So no sort of strip housing, trailer housing. A lot of these fat, plush, not condos, but suburban homes. Single-family homes instead of multiple-family dwellings and all that jazz. We can see here that I've got a fair amount of medium residential and just a tiny bit of commercial on the low wealth side. But I don't want to expand too much of that because I'm just going to relocate it here to the center of the city once I can flesh this out a bit. I will also say for the record that I'll probably do a fair amount of editing. I'll try and keep continuity very, very linear, but because a fair amount of this takes a lot of time, where it would just be really boring to sit here and stare at me do nothing, I'll just save you and spare you that inconvenience and just cut all the juicy bits. Got a notification that there was a bit of an unemployment crisis, so let's drop a little bit more industrial. All of these homes are largely built. You can see little people moving around and continuing to build, occupy. All these folks right here. Running errands. You are running errands by running around the house. That makes no sense. But we will forgive that. Let's check up on everything here. We've got still about a megawatt excess power, and we have 10,000 kilogallons. Got enough waste handling. None of it is treated, but not enough is being generated for that to be a real problem. We're almost large enough to upgrade. We're at just about 4,000 when we need the 5,000. We've got garbage cans being collected, which is good. I don't think I'm burning trash quite yet. Just filling up the landfills. Yeah, we're not going to be burning that quite yet. Oh, I don't have a fire department. That's 30,000, 20,000. So hopefully nobody will be dumb enough. Ouch, I'm injured. Someone call me an ambulance. Dumb enough to get hurt or start a fire. So those will be the next things to drop. Look at this, 20 grand, injury, someone is sick, right next to the water supply. It's bad news. Oh, look at this ice cream cone. Right next to cheap food. Okay. So next, I guess, will be dropping a clinic. I've used the hospitals in the past. The police precincts, the really massive police stations, are quite good in what they do, but they cost a ton of money. They will really drop your city budget by thousands of dollars. And once you get things like helicopters and detectives and all of that, you can easily drop $1,000, $2,000, $3,000 an hour. So you have to have the income to support something like that. But the hospitals, aside from the just sort of general bonuses that they provide, I think you can add a wing to a hospital to double the lifespan of a sim. I don't know how long they live anyhow, or but it's doubled. So I guess twice as much of something I don't know is better than one of something I don't know. And they also have wellness vans that I've never really seen in action. Maybe I haven't been looking hard enough. Oh, look at this. We'll up some taxes. But that's not really something that... I guess it's just, again, a general thing to have. We're up to 1,700 simoleons an hour. Raise the taxes a little bit, which helps. I've seen a lot of the Sims just running around in circles. And one of the things I've noticed with this game is sometimes restart is really helpful to rectify this errant behavior. I don't know if these are kids running around, but to see, there it is again, to see all of these people just running around in circles, a little suspicious. But I have higher demand for medium wealth residential. So I've got this area here. Let's take a look. This very small area here, thanks to the school, city hall, all that jazz. So let's drop a little bit of a park here. We'll do sports. Give these suckers something to play. 800. What is this? Large skate park. Baseball field is 10 grand. We're trying to save up for a clinic. So let's do... yeah, we'll do the medium skate park. Right there. Perfect. So we've got a little bit more of the housing here that falls in that range. Look at this. Unemployment crisis and injured Sims. Why am I not surprised? So, let's drop some housing here, because that falls within the range of that skate park's influence. We will... what is this? Just an empty lot? Let's upgrade this. We will upgrade this one, low density street. Low density street, that's fine. We're not looking to build too close to existing intersection. Oh, it's because of the garbage dump here. So there we go. I found that industry needs more space anyhow. So let's do that. Better. Our commercial demand is dropping, so that's good. We're in striking distance of a clinic, which will probably drop right about there. Maybe right there. But this is a nice big road that will probably be demolished in the future to drop an avenue. The way I like to play, I like to have avenues sort of encircle my whole city so that there's a fast way to get around. One of the other updates since this came out is that you can have tunnels, and I found that unless I plan for the tunnels, for instance, if I wanted a tunnel from here all the way to a non-existent intersection over here so that people could bypass going around and cutting through all of the houses, if I don't plan for them, they don't happen, because once you have a large city, like I mentioned earlier, where losing something important is not always an option, if I don't have that set up in advance to support something that can cut through unimportant buildings, I'm not going to do it for important buildings. So that's always an option. But I'll encircle the city with an avenue or two, and I'll have maybe a couple crisscross. I found that public transportation, like streetcars, are pretty helpful. It's very annoying that the high wealth areas look down on the streetcar depots, little stations that you can plop on avenues, which, you know, if you have a 50-story building and you have one single streetcar station stop on a street, in reality, I don't know that that's a big of a deal. But again, this is simulation, so it can simulate realistically, quasi-realistically, not so realistically, whatever. Maybe I'm thinking The Sims. In version 1.1 or 1.0, you could delete things that were on fire instead of having your entire house built down, killing all of the people inside.